Welcome to today's Explainer. So today we're diving into a foundational concept that's honestly hiding in plain sight. It's a wealth-building strategy that practically anyone can use to get their dollars working ridiculously hard, just by optimizing for taxes. Let's dig in and see how applying just a little bit of structural intentionality can completely change your financial life.
Now, you look at a question like this, and you might have been hoping I was about to reveal some magical, sexy cheat code to building wealth, right? Some Wall Street trick no one else knows about. But actually, the reality is a lot more grounded. The real secret isn't a shortcut at all. It's just being highly intentional about where you save and invest for your future. Just applying that intentionality, it has a massive compounding effect over your lifetime. And that brings us right to the core of today's Explainer, the three-bucket strategy. Just picture our little stickman investor organizing his hard-earned cash into three completely distinct buckets. At its core, this is a method to optimize your investments by strictly controlling how they're taxed. Each bucket has a very specific job, and they're named based on how the IRS treats the investments inside them. Making absolutely sure every dollar goes into the correct bucket, that's how we make those dollars do the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, let's look at bucket number one. This is the tax-deferred bucket. We're talking accounts like traditional 401ks, traditional IRAs, or your pre-tax employer plans like 403bs and the thrift savings plan. Here's the deal here. You get your tax break right up front. The dollars you put in actually reduce your taxable income today. And as your investments grow, they grow tax-deferred, meaning Uncle Sam keeps his hands off it every year. You only pay ordinary income taxes way down the road when you actually start pulling that money out in retirement. So, when is the absolute best time to use this first bucket? Well, these tax-deferred accounts are fantastic for capitalizing on your peak earning years. Let's say an investor is making $100,000 a year right now while working, but they figure, hey, I'll only need about $50,000 a year to live comfortably once I retire. By deferring taxes, they totally avoid paying high taxes on that full $100,000 right now. Instead, they pay taxes later at a much lower rate on just the $50,000 they withdraw. You're basically getting a massive tax discount on the front end.
Moving right along to the second bucket, the tax-free bucket. This includes your Roth accounts, like a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k, and your health savings accounts or HSAs. Now, the mechanics here are the exact opposite of the first bucket. With a Roth, you pay the taxes up front, right now. No tax break today, but the magic happens later. After years of compound growth, every single dollar you pull out in retirement is 100% tax-free. You literally keep all your compound growth totally safe from the IRS.
I cannot overstate this. These tax-free dollars are absolute monsters in your portfolio. This bucket is incredibly powerful, especially for younger investors and lower earners. Think about it. If you're young or just in a lower tax bracket today, you're almost certainly paying less in taxes right now than you're going to pay later on when your career hits its peak. Lock in those low tax rates right now and let that money absolutely explode in value without ever having to share a dime of that growth with Uncle Sam. Finally, we reach the third bucket, the after-tax or taxable bucket. Think of your regular, run-of-the-mill brokerage account. Now, it doesn't have any of those flashy tax perks. The money going in has already been taxed, and whatever happens inside is taxed at either long-term capital gains or ordinary income rates. But its superpower? Ultimate flexibility. There are zero contribution limits, zero withdrawal limits. It's totally open. You can use this to save way beyond standard retirement account limits, execute some really advanced tax strategies, or even build a bridge account if you're planning to retire early.
But hold on, before you can start filling these buckets, you inevitably slam into a roadblock. It's the great debate practically every investor faces when setting up their employer plan. If your company offers both, do you go with traditional pre-tax contributions or after-tax Roth contributions? Do you want the deduction right now or tax-free growth later? While no one can give you the perfect answer without knowing your entire life story, the source material gives us a remarkably useful rule of thumb.
To crack that debate, we need to introduce this definition, your combined marginal tax rate. Sounds a bit technical, but it's really just the sum of your marginal federal tax rate plus your marginal state tax rate. By pinning down this single percentage, you unlock a completely math-backed strategy to finally decide between traditional and Roth.
Okay, let's get into the actual rule of thumb.
First number you need to remember, 25%. If your combined marginal federal and state tax rate is less than 25%, the general guideline is super clear. You should opt for Roth contributions. Basically, your tax rate is low enough right now that it just makes total sense to pay the bill today and shield all your future growth.
Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have 30%. If your combined marginal tax rate is sitting over 30%, your current tax burden is pretty heavy. In this scenario, you probably want to seriously look at utilizing traditional pre-tax contributions. This lets you shield a chunk of your high income from taxes today, taking that deduction when it's giving you the absolute most value. But wait, what if you're stuck in that murky middle ground? What if your combined rate falls somewhere between 25 and 30%? Well, the situation gets a bit more nuanced here. You've got to look at your personal timeline. If you're on the younger side with a really long runway before retirement, you still probably want to lean toward Roth to load up on that tax-free money while time is on your side. However, if you're older and you're expecting a pretty significant income drop right as you approach retirement, sticking with traditional pre-tax contributions is usually the safer play to capture those current tax savings.
Calculating this for yourself is actually incredibly simple. It takes exactly 4 steps. Step 1, find your taxable income. Step 2, find your federal rate. Step 3, find your state rate. And Step 4, combine them. Let's actually walk our stickman through a real-life scenario to see this in action using a single filer living in Georgia making $50,000 a year in 2025.
All right, step 1, we start with a gross income of $50,000. Let's assume this person takes the 2025 standard deduction, which is $15,000. Since that standard deduction directly reduces taxable income, we just do the basic math. 50,000 minus 15,000, boom. That leaves our investor with a taxable income of $35,000. Moving right on to steps 2 and 3. First, pop over to irs.gov and look up the federal tax brackets. For 2025, a taxable income of $35,000 drops our filer squarely into the 12% federal tax bracket. Next, check the state's Department of Revenue website. Georgia just recently moved to a flat state income tax of 5.29% starting in 2025.
And step 4, the grand finale. Just combine those two numbers, 12% federal plus 5.29% state. That leaves our Georgia single filer with a combined marginal tax rate of exactly 17.29%.
And just like that, the answer becomes totally obvious. Because 17.29% is well below our 25% threshold, our Georgia filers should absolutely be loading up on Roth contributions. The taxes they're paying right now are highly likely to be lower than whatever taxes they're going to face in retirement, so paying them today is the smartest wealth-building move they can make. So, the tax math is completely settled. You know whether to pick traditional or Roth. But how exactly do you physically go about filling up these 3 buckets without making a mess of things? Well, you need an action plan. The source material refers to this beautifully structured system as the financial order of operations. It's just a logical step-by-step roadmap to make sure your money flows exactly where it needs to go in the absolute right order. Let's speedrun these steps because this is literally the playbook for winning the game. Step 1, if you have an employer match, contribute exactly enough to get the full match. Never ever miss out on free money. Step 2, max out your health savings account if you're eligible, followed closely by maxing out your Roth IRA. And hey, if your income is a bit too high, you might want to use a backdoor Roth conversion strategy here. Step 3, after those are maxed, return to your employer retirement accounts and max those out. And finally, step 4, once all your tax advantage buckets are totally overflowing, you funnel the rest straight into your taxable brokerage account. Follow these steps and you're building a portfolio that lets you dictate your own tax bill in retirement. Which brings us to our final thought. Take a look at your own setup. Are your buckets currently optimized for your financial future? If you've never actually sat down and calculated your combined marginal tax rate, consider that your homework for today. Figure out your number and check your buckets. Because let's be real, the IRS already has a plan for your money. Shouldn't you have a better one? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Freedom isn't given, it's built, and it starts with what you do next.